Oh, thanks, Paul. So I'm going to start with the activity section. So as Paul also explained earlier, that there is a need for some of the students to obtain a laptop so that they can continue with their studies, but not the entire cohort of students will need this. So we had to figure out which of our students actually need a laptop. Then, because of the entire crisis and the lockdown, the current address that's in the system for the student may not actually be the address to which the laptop needs to be delivered. So we had to find a way that they could indicate for us where, if they need a laptop, where do we send this? And then lastly, because of legal issues, they need to sign an agreement so that both the student and the institution is covered. So the easiest part of this was to set up a new address type. So this was done using the type control. So a new address type was created for delivery, and that type control has been set so that the student can view and edit this in self-service. Again, this is delivered functionality, and it's already been used by UCT for other address types as well. Then the rest of the process was handled through activity guides. Because we had or required a guided process that explains to the student what is it that they are completing here. They need to be able to confirm all their contact details, both email addresses and cell phone numbers, enter their delivery address, and then sign the agreement. Activity guides is perfect for this because it takes a student through a specific set of steps until the end, and then that cohort can be used to actually determine who of those students actually need the laptops. Also, a nice thing that this is completely mobile friendly, so students can complete this on either desktop devices or small form factor devices such as smartphones. So what we've done is we've configured the UCT COVID-19 laptop program activity guide using Task Management Work Center, which is available under Campus Community in Campus Solutions. So for this specific activity guide, there's 5 steps. It's the introduction that explains to the student what this is that they're doing. There's a laptop need, which is an agreement that they are completing. Contact details, which is the delivered component for cell phone numbers or telephone numbers and email addresses. It's the addresses delivered fluid component, and then lastly, the second agreement, which upon completion completes the activity guide as well. So for the configuration, there's 2 sections that we're going to focus on. The first is the notification section, and the second is the navigation section. For the notification, there was a requirement for 2 notifications to be sent out. The first one is when the activity guide is assigned to a student, they need to be informed that there's an action that's required from them. As Siobhan earlier pointed out, this is, again, standard functionality that's done so that an email can be sent to the student and let them know there's something for them to complete. Then the second one is upon completion, just let them know you've done everything that you had to do, everything is complete, you can rest easy. Then lastly, the navigation section at the bottom, just what happens when a student actually either exits this activity guide or completes it. And in both these instances, the student is just referred back to the Fluid homepage. So for the first section, when it's launched, the introduction section contains 2 sections that they can complete: the display title and the instruction text. Now, both of these are rich text. This allows you to bold, insert tables, italics, bulleted lists, etc., whatever your needs may be. We also had the requirement the student must confirm this, that they've read this. So the confirm button has been enabled here at the bottom. And you can also then customize the label that's being displayed in it. In this case, we just had to let them acknowledge that they've actually read this. Then there's 2 agreements, as I mentioned earlier. Agreement 1 is the identification for the need. Yes, either yes, I need a laptop, or no, I don't. And then the second agreement is just that I've actually read and confirmed all my data is correct, and I've agreed to everything that's in this, which will also then, as said, complete the activity guide. The first section of the agreements, again, similar as to the launch page, There's a display title and instruction text, which is the important areas. Then this will be displayed at the top of the page, as you'll see later on in the slides. The more important or the meaty part of the agreements comes in by the agreement details. Now, there's the agreement text, which is the actual agreement that the student is agreeing to. There's the options to either show only an accept button or accept and decline. The complete on decline and print options, and then the section at the bottom. So the UCT's need here was that the student either had to indicate, yes, I need a laptop, or no, I don't need a laptop. So instead of keeping the accept and decline buttons as is, the descriptions was overridden with yes and no. And they also had the need that once the student says that, no, I do not need a laptop, then the process needs to stop. So the complete on decline was activated so that they don't need to complete the rest of the activity guide if there's no need for them. And for legal matters, there's the save options have been enabled. So with the save agreement, we save the operator who's saving the agreement or agrees or declines the agreement, saving the date and time on which it is done. And then we've also updated or asked that the agreement text needs to be saved. Now this is saved separately from the task records. It's saved in the agreement records so that if we need to go back to see who agreed to this and what date and time, for instance, if a laptop was lost, then we have the ability to do so. But this activity guides is assigned through a batch process using a PeopleSoft query. Once the activity has been assigned to the student, they will receive a notification and they can then log on to PeopleSoft Campus Solutions to complete this. Now they have two options here. They can either use the link that's in the notification to complete, or they can log on to the system, go to the task tile, and from there complete this. And on this slide, you can see that there is a task tile that indicates there is a specific amount of items that the student needs to complete. And then underneath that, there's the UCT COVID-19 laptop program as has been configured earlier. If they click on that, it will take them to the activity guide. As you can see on the left-hand side, the 5 steps is available as has been configured earlier. And for instance, here the confirm button has been overridden to show acknowledge instead of confirm. Then the agreement text for agreement 1, this has been configured here as earlier. And then the important thing at the bottom, the agreement date and what the student actually decided, accepted or declined. In this case, the student agreed to this text and they were able to continue. In the contact details, as said earlier as well, this is delivered. So the student can just check that everything here is correct, edit or add as it is required. Once they're done, they confirm and they move to the next slide. For the addresses, the student was able to complete the delivery address and again move to the next slide. And the last agreement, student just confirmed that everything that I've agreed to earlier is correct. They've accepted the terms and conditions and they've created the delivery address. And upon confirmation here, the process ends. Once this is done, UCT can use PeopleSoft queries to extract the students that they actually need to provide laptops for. Once that is done, they initiate the delivery process and the serial numbers of these laptops that are sent to the students are managed in an asset management system outside of PeopleSoft.